Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports.
Opened back in 2000. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What the columnists write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. He'll drop to throw, and he's got Miller. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. With a quick slant, good for 8 and a first. They'll look to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. For the Eagles, a look now at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. And they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Looking to throw, and that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 17 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
60 or. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Clear. 5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. They'll run on first down. Rainey. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Time to look at the defensive starters for the New York Giants. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
Here's Carter off the play fake. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week: 20 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
False start, offense.
Third and 1, you had the run-pass option. Now, not so much.
Yeah, it changes the play call, doesn't it? And that's probably a big reason why those offensive coordinators laminate their play sheets. You can't just rip them and tear them up when you're angry about something like that. Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Johnson. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1.
52. Black 52. 52 is the mic. Here we go. 5.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Trying to run for it with Snell. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Draw play, and it's Snell. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Benny Snell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one a first down pickup of 8. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Johnson. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Johnson. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Go! 60 or. Alert three.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. On second down, it's Snell. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. The Giants on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Complete. It's Henry. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
A great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit.
They certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Give him 9 there on a first down completion. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got a man on the crossing route. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. DJ Moore, 87 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
That's it, baby. We got work.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Back to throw. Carter. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
The previous play is under review.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10. Michael Palardi.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 2-yard line.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. On the crossing route, complete. That's Barnett. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They're going to look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Let's go. Here we go. 10-2 stop. Are you getting the headache? Are you getting the headache? Tighten up. 5.
They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check mark 27. Check mark 27. Here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Carter. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Get it.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. 2nd and 13. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up
They go to Johnson again. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
70, Indy.
It's a gain of 2 yards.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
He's going to wind up a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. This quarterback now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Back to throw here. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
They'll try to run for this with Singletary. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, Giants! Devin Singletary, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Let's go now.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 14-yard line.
Ready. Shoot.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. Oh, and now some space to operate. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
He was taken down.
52's the mic. 52's the mic.
Stay with your man.
Ready.
They'll look to throw here. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Ready, ready.
Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. They'll set up a throw. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
18 Gators.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 5. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
18 Gators.
First and 10. At the 38-yard line.
Clear. Ready.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Back to throw is Carter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And his throw here is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Carter now, operating from the gun. Over the middle, complete. That's Barber. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 22. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Back to throw. Carter. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the... And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
60 yards.
14 yards. First down, New York.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 33.
On 2nd down now. It's Johnson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of a yard.
Ready.
Now back to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Let's go, baby.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now Carter to throw again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Carter from the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's Carter, throwing on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. He's got his man on the crossing route. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
Perfectly executed crossing route. Back to the air on 2nd down. Carter. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw is Carter, operating from the gun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back to throw again. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
On 1st down, Johnson, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. He'll look to throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Barnett. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16.
60 outlaw.
First down, New York.
I'm going to run you over. Get it.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
The 30-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, Carter. Looking for his running back, and he's got it.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver or tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to throw. Carter. And that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements. And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Johnson. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready to go. 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll go with Snell here on first down. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, Offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal.